Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please introduce yourselves in the comments. I want to know you. What is your name and where are you watching from? I'd like to know in the comments. Yes, and if you're seeing me for the very first time, let me also go ahead and introduce myself. While you do the same thing, make sure that you introduce yourselves in the comments. So guys, my name is Miriam. I'm based here in California. On this channel, every Sunday I go live and I talk about self-development topics, but typically this channel is about grants. Yes, business grants, non-profit grants, grants for women, all kinds of grants. So if you haven't checked out my videos, please go ahead and check them out today. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I publish 3 grants videos every single week. But today, let's get into how to be more productive. So are you someone that lists out, a lot of, items to take off your table, but you end up doing nothing at the end of the day? Today, I'm going to share with you 8 productivity hacks that will help you achieve more in a lot less time. If this is something that you are interested in, please keep on watching this video all the way till the end. I also want to learn from you. Yes, if you also have any productivity hacks that you use, hack or hacks, please let me know in the comments, because I also want to learn from you. I want to also, see some 1 or 2 things that I can also pick from you guys. So let's get right into it. Here are my simple rules, 8 simple rules for a productive life. Now, the first thing I would say is this: start before you are ready. Start before you're ready. See, there's this thing called procrastination. It's a thief of time. The more you keep procrastinating, it's stealing time away. The productive times that you could have used to achieve a lot of things ends up being wasted. So go ahead and start even before you are ready. Yes, before something tells you, before something discourages you, before you start remembering that, oh, I have to do this and that and that. And that's when you get things overcomplicated. You start to complicate things above more than necessary, right? So please go ahead and get it started right now. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Yes. Don't wait until you have all the knowledge. Don't wait. Yeah, I'm telling you, because the best time to start is now. Even if it's only 7, even if you're only 70% prepared, go ahead and get started, because momentum actually builds clarity faster than planning ever will. Some people will plan. They will plan and keep planning and plan and never execute. So guys, I will tell you this: start before you are ready. Now, this is the next hack I have for you. Batch. Yes, so you have to batch similar tasks. So if there's something that relates to another thing, go ahead and batch them together, so that you can do group related activities together, instead of jumping from one, in between different types of work. So you can, like emails, for example, you can answer all your emails at once. You can make all your phone calls at once. You can do all your creative work during the day, especially during your peak period. And if you don't know what your peak period is, or if you're not even aware that you have peak period, then you must be sitting on a long thing. Because we as human beings, we have our peak periods. Peak periods are simply the times that we are most productive during the day. So you as a person, if you're a high achiever, you'll understand what I'm saying. This is the language that high achievers have in common. So you need to know when you are most productive, and then go ahead and get things done at the time that you are most productive during the day. What time? When are you most productive? Is it early in the morning? Is it late at night? Is it the midnight? Is it the early afternoon, or late in the afternoon, or evening? When is your own most productive? Or anytime you wake up. For me, anytime I wake up is my most productive time. So when is your own most productive time? Make sure that you do the most important tasks at your peak period. Like I say, your peak period is the time that you're most productive. Make sure that you schedule your most important tasks at your peak period. Make sure that you don't miss that period, because once you miss that window, I know when my battery is down. I know I know. So once my battery is down, like I'm unable to think clearly, I know I need to take some rest. That I stop working. I don't force it. Before, maybe when I was in grad school, I'm like, I have to finish this work. I have to. No, but it is better for you to put your work, put in the work when you are most productive. It's so, if you've discovered yourself to this point, you notice that you can achieve a lot more. I'm sorry, you can achieve a lot more within 1 hour time frame than some things that you do when you're in your off-peak period, when you're extremely tired, when your brain is tired, you can barely think, right? Beyond what is in front of you. If you have 3 hours, you're just going to be going around in circles. Have you noticed that period? Yes, that is your off-peak period where you realize that I'm just going around in circles. I'm not achieving anything. I'm not actively working. So you need to discover what your peak period, when your peak period falls, and do everything within your power to put in more work during your peak period. And this is something a lot of people are missing out on. Some people don't even know when their peak period, what their peak period is. When their peak period, if at all they have peak period, some people don't even know. So please go ahead and look inwards, study yourself more. And like I said, batch similar tasks. You can answer all emails. For me, I check all my emails at once. I have multiple email addresses. So I check all my emails to make sure that I'm not missing out anything important from my emails. So check your emails at once. Make all those phone calls, all the important phone calls. You need to call the banks, you need to call this company, you need to call your clients, you need to make sure that you make all those, similar tasks. Do all of that at the same time. And if you have to, like I said, if you have to send an email or you have to create content, create it around the same time. Batch everything in such a way that you're able to take off that work, at that time. Since all the work is similar, just take your time and do all of that at the same time. Now, guys, let me tell you another secret that a lot of people miss out on, which is the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, go ahead and do it immediately. Some people say 5 minutes. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Don't add it to your to-do list too, because guess what? It is going to pile up and increase and even lead to burnout if you're not careful. So if you do this, it's going to prevent those small tasks from snowballing into overwhelming piles. So if there's something that you need to do, maybe lay your bed, maybe brush your teeth, maybe fix your hair or something, or make your nails or something. If it's going to take 2 minutes, just get it done immediately. Don't wait. These are things that actually pile up your work and makes it really, really overwhelming if you don't attack it right now, if you don't attack it on the go. So I'll tell you this: if it takes less than 2 minutes to do, go ahead and get it done like right now, immediately. Don't even wait. Don't sleep on it. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you is, yes, I mentioned, knowing your peak hours. See, knowing your peak hours is very important because everyone has natural energy rhythms. We all do. We all have a natural energy rhythm. So whether you like it or not, you already have yours. And I hope that you know when your peak period falls. And I'll tell you this for free. I do my hardest work first thing in the morning when my brain is sharpest. I mentioned that earlier. Please go ahead and schedule your most important tasks during your biological prime time, not just when it's convenient. Not just when it's convenient. Yes, do all the most important work. Do it when, at your peak period, when your brain is very active, So work with that clock. Don't just work with the time. Work with that, the time when your brain is sharpest. Now, the next one I'm going to tell you is this: single like task. Yes. See, I mean, multitasking is something that's, for some people, they are not good at it. Some people don't know how to do multiple things at the same time. And I would say you should focus on one thing. Yes, focus on one thing at a time. Finish it and then move on to the next. Guess what? Your brain will thank you with better quality work. Your brain is going to thank you. So do one thing at a time. I'll tell you something. This morning when I, finished with my Bible study, I just went downstairs and I put in some work. There's certain things that I'm supposed to have, sent to my editor. And today I was able to put everything together first thing in the morning. And I was really, I focused on my tasks, on my to-do list. And guys, this is also something that people have not even come to realize. Distraction. We're talking about productivity today. Distraction is something that eats into your time, like what is those, like locusts? What's that thing called? Yeah, these termites. So you should be very, very mindful of anything that kills your productivity. Social media, your phone, pressing the phone, responding, gisting, talking, when you should be very productive. Some people actually spend their most. I listened to somebody this weekend. It was funny. The person said some people sleep. He said some people sleep during the day. They sleep at night. They sleep to the point that when they wake up, they are sleepy again. When they wake up, they are sleepy. And the guy said, the people is me. He was referring to himself, actually. I hope you're not that person. I hope you're not someone that, sleeps like you're struggling with the land of the dead. So please, you have to understand yourself. You need to be very mindful. And guys, you need to do things that, like I said, things that are very productive when you wake up or when your brain is most active. So, guys, the next thing I'm going to tell you is this: build systems. Yes, build systems. It is very, when people say, how do you show up? And I'll keep using this as an example. How do you show up? Showing up just simply means they have created systems in place. This is the difference between people who are consistent and people who are not consistent. It is about building systems and ensuring that come rain, come sun, these things must happen, whether you're there or you're not there. That is the difference between a consistent person and an inconsistent person. So, are you building systems? Yes, beyond having goals. Oh, I have this goal to do this. If you don't build systems or more, you're on your own. No, because a lot of times people are dependent on their energy. No, 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 no. You cannot just be dependent on your energy, because even as women, we don't even have 24 hours every day. Like the way we have 30 or 31 days in a month, or 28 or 29 days in a month. We don't necessarily have all of those days as women. There are days that we're just not into anything. Like, we just don't want to do anything. We don't want to get out of bed. We're not in control of that. And that's why building system is very important, so that even when you're tired, even when things are rolling, you put people in place, you put systems in place, so that whether you like it or not, you are showing up consistently for your business. So, guys, goals actually tell you what you want, and that's why systems are more powerful than having goals. I'll tell you this for free. Goals tell you, what you want, but guess what? Systems actually tell you how to get there. Systems tell you how to get there. So instead of saying, I write a book or write a book, just create a system that says, write 300 words every morning before coffee. Now, system runs on autopilot once it is established. And I'll use myself as a personal example. I have been on a journey and I've excitedly been sharing this on my channel for the past 2 months, I guess. So I've been on a journey to actually read the whole of the Bible. And by God's grace, God willing, I started in August of this year. I started reading in August of this year, and I have read so far. It's about putting systems in place. I have read Genesis, I've read Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, 1 Chronicles, 2 Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job. I've read all that. I'm currently reading the book of Psalms. I started 3 days ago, and I'm currently on 101. What am I talking about? 121. I'll be starting from 121 tonight, by God's grace. So it's about putting systems in place. Yes. So I've always wanted to read the whole of the Bible, but there was no system in place. It's a goal, but systems, like I said, will help you get there. So what systems have you put in place towards making your goals a reality, towards achieving your goals? What are those systems that you have put in place? Have you hired someone? Have you hired help? So that on days that you are unable to carry out those things, your staff or your team member will execute even when you're not there. These are things that actually keep business. These are actually business secrets. Yes, these are secrets of successful businesses. And I remember speaking with someone, I think 2 weeks ago, and I spoke with someone. They said, "Oh, you're overqualified for this," and the person started learning from me instead. The person was like, "Okay, how do you do?" Like I answered all the questions they were going to have in the training, and they were like, "You know what? I think we should book you for the advanced level." So honestly, you have to put systems in place. What are things that keep you at the top of mind of people? Just keep doing them. Make sure that you set systems is very, very important. Like I said, goal is important, but having systems in place is more important because those systems actually take you there. So, what are you doing to take you from this point to that point? Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is protect your input. Protect your input. See, be ruthless about what you yourself consume. Be ruthless. Be careful with the things that you allow into your system, into your brain, into your into your psyche. You have to be very, very careful. Limit the news, social media, and even negative content. Negative content. Some people are so drawn to negativity that and that's why negative news go viral faster than positive news. Negative news go viral because a lot of people are so attracted to negativity. You have to be very, very careful because your mind processes everything that you feed it. Your mind is going to process everything that you feed it. So make sure that you choose high quality inputs if you want high quality outputs. And I am privileged to also tell you that from a very young age, I started reading. I've always loved to read. I'm able to travel into my own world of imagination just by reading. I'm able to bring a lot of things to life. I mean, in terms of me being able to conceive a thought and make it become a reality by the grace of God, with the help of God, most of men, definitely. So you have to be mindful of the kind of association that you roll with, the kind of friends that you move with. There's some people that are so negative that when you hang around them for too long, you start becoming negative. When you hang around people who complain a lot every day, they're always nagging and nagging and nagging. You won't know when you will also have something to nag about. And before you know it, you're one of them. And that's why there's this saying that if you hang around 5 successful people, you're likely going to be the 6th person. And if you hang around 5 idiots, you are likely going to be the 6th person. So you have to be very careful the kind of people, the kind of energy that you allow around you, the kind of content that you allow to, that you consume every single day. You have to be very, very careful. And if by any chance, maybe you watch, and that's why you have to be careful with the things that you watch on social media. And this is how the algorithm plays out. This is how it works. So if you go and watch a very negative content and you watch it from the beginning all the way till the end, trust me, they will suggest another negative content to you. They will suggest another negative content. They will keep on suggesting negative content to you. That's why you have to be very careful. And when you watch people like Jim Rohn, you will find out that you start seeing more inspiring content that will be sent your way. Because why? Because you are consuming positive content. You're consuming motivational content that add value to your life, content that make you a better person, content that make you sit down and think critically. You're thinking and you're making a huge difference. Honestly, before you know it, it starts to happen. All those things start to align. Like I said, I've always been a reader since I was young. I love to read. And when I find people that read like me, I'm able to relate. I'm able to read it on a deeper level. And that's why I have to be very careful. The kind of people that you allow in your circle, the kind of conversations that you're having. If it is not making sense, you exit. Last week, I was with someone, and the person, I was in a place where I have limited time to spend. I'm there thinking about what to do. Like, I'm thinking about my tasks once I'm done. And then someone came and was ready for small talk. I'm not here for small talk, sweetheart. And I didn't want to be rude at the same time. So guess what I did? Once a third party came in, I just excused myself immediately. And I went about my business because I had limited time. I had very limited time. right there. You know, that's why you have to you have to protect your energy. You have to protect yourself. You have to protect the things that you listen to. You have to protect the kind of people that you even talk to, you know. So you have to be intentional about it. Don't let it sit. Don't let, that's why, and I'll liken this to, you know, having evil, when you have evil thoughts or you have thoughts that are not of God, you have to discard it immediately, because the moment you allow it, you let it sit, then it starts to have effect on you. And that's why the Bible even says, flee from all appearance of evil. Flee from every appearance of, it's looking evil. Flee from every appearance of evil. So when you are, you know, you have to be very mindful. If you see anything negative coming on your feed, scroll past, or you close it, or you tell the algorithm never to suggest such content to you again. You have to be very, you want to be productive, right? Be very careful the kind of information that you allow to get into you, the kind of information that you consume, the kind of people that you talk to, the kind of things that you watch, the kind of words that you allow to soak into your own life. You have to be very, very careful. Personally, I don't watch horror movies because I don't want to start dreaming about, honestly, I don't even have the heart for it. You know, so you have to be very careful, know yourself, and stay away from anything that doesn't add value to you. If anything is not adding value to you, trust me, it's taking something out of you. So you have to protect your energy, protect the things that you allow into your space. There was someone that, you know, I think my previous pastor, you know, before I got married, he said something and I held on to it. He said, you have to protect the things that you listen to. So it's like listening to a radio, you know, you have to control the frequency. You're listening to, you know, a radio station, and if it's not making sense, what do? You tune to the next one, right? You're not stuck. You're not bound. You don't have to bind yourself there. You're not a tree. Get up and move. So if something is not serving you, if something is, you know, taken away from you, if it's really choking you, or if it's toxic, get yourself out of that place. You're not a tree. Get yourself out of the situation. Get yourself out of that circle. So you have to be very protective of your peace. You have to protect your peace like your life depends on, because honestly, it literally depends on it. So you have to be very careful. Stay away from negative content, you know, because your mind, whether you like it or not, your mind starts to process it. Your mind processes everything that you feed it. Your mind processes everything that you feed it. And that's why sometimes when you demonstrate a high level of wisdom, and sometimes you wonder where this wisdom is coming from, trust me, it's coming from certain things that you've consumed over time. You're able to put them together and you're able to utilize that knowledge at the right time. If you read a lot of books, a lot of, you know, leadership books, a lot of motivational books, a lot of books that will help you become the best version of yourself, with time you find out that the way you see life is different from the way people who don't read see life. The way you look at things, the way you judge things, the way you make inferences, yeah, you make, yeah, the way you look at things, the way you view life is way different from the way people who don't read books, people who don't learn, people who don't add value to themselves, people who don't mind growing, they don't grow, people who don't even know themselves, people who don't know what it is to grow, people who don't know how to set goals, people who don't, it's different. Trust me, it is different. And when you sit with winners, the vibe is different, the energy is different. And that's why you have to be very careful when you're with someone. Maybe you should even analyze your friends, assess your friend. I'm not asking you to, look down on anyone, but be careful. Be careful, be mindful of the energy that you allow into your space. Hey, thank you, mom of triplets, madam. It's good to see you. Sorry about the other time. Hope you're good now. I saw your post on Insta blog, your sister and all that, but it is well. So you have to be very mindful the kind of people that you call friends, the kind of people that you allow into your space, the kind of people that you allow into your circle. They have to always add value. There's something I've been doing lately. There's an amazing lady that I met, God actually placed her in right in front of us, by God's grace. And I've been learning a lot from her. And, there's certain things that I'm reading and I have to ask, because I know she has gone through, the Bible actually a couple of times, a lot of times. And sometimes I have to go to her and say, what should I expect when I am reading? Yes, I know that I I know, but somehow when I started discussing with her and we started talking about what to expect in the next chapter I'm about to read, she gives me clear insights such that when I read, I now have a deeper understanding. So you see, you have to be very, very mindful. You have to be very careful. When you should even be able to discern, people who are there to add value to your life and people who are there to choke you, or people are there to squeeze life out of you. You have to be very, very careful. So please, please, with all that I have in me, protect your sanity, protect your input, protect yourself, protect every book that you read, protect the content that you watch, protect everything that you hear. Because, like I said, your mind processes everything that you feed it. Your mind will process everything that you feed it. And that's why you have to be very careful. And your orientation is very important. The way you have to be very careful. If you sit down with people who gossip 24/7, like every day, it's just a matter of time. You're just going to be as useless as those people. Honestly, honestly, I'm telling you. Now, this is also something a lot of people fail to do. Um, reviewing, reviewing your life. Yes, you have to. Go back to your drawing board. Go back to your notes. Go back to your to-do list every single time. Spend time reviewing what you have worked on, what you did not work on, what needs adjustment. Because when you do this, you're taking accounts. You're, reviewing what you've done, right? And you're looking at what is working, what is not working, what you need to improve upon, what you have not done. I'm telling you, it prevents you from repeating mistakes. It helps you to course correct quickly. If something is not working out, then you know that, okay, I think I need to change my strategy. And I do this like every single time. See, guys, apply these things consistently because they have actually transformed my own life and how much I accomplish without burning out. You need to understand yourself. You need to know when your what is your peak period? What time are you most productive during the day? Then you have to make sure that you put in more work at that point in time, at the times that you are most productive. I am most productive anytime I wake up. Because I sleep twice a day. So the moment I wake up, I'm very productive. And that's why I kind of like work twice. Yes, I like I have 2 mornings every day. I don't know how to explain it. But when I wake up, each time I wake up, I'm able to put in a lot of work. I'm able to, I have renewed energy. So you too need to ask yourself, when is my peak period? When are you most active? When are you most productive? And please, I cannot overemphasize the fact that you need to be very careful of the energies you allow around you. I'm very sensitive, very, very spiritually, physically, everything. I'm very sensitive now. When I see or when I notice this person is here to waste my time, or this person is wasting our time, I find a way to remove myself out of the equation. I remove myself immediately. I don't have, I will be, it looks like something is biting me. I'll be so uncomfortable. Yes, when I'm in a place where I know I'm not supposed to be there. I know that this talk is below me. This conversation is beneath me. I know. I feel like something is biting me, and I just remove myself from that kind of environment. Yes, mom of triplets, you're so right. When you wake up, yes, so it's your morning, so you have to be very mindful of the space, of the things that you consume, of the people, of what you're listening to. See, your mind, whether I like it or not, processes every information that comes in. So you have to be very careful. Who are the people? Who are those people that you're listening to more? Who are the people that you're hanging around more? Who are the people? Are you actually, because for me, before you advise me, I want to be sure that I actually I admire you to the point where I'm okay to take advice from you. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very, very careful with the people that you surround yourself with. There are people who need help themselves. Not to say that we don't all need help. We do, including me. But you have to be very, very careful. There are some people that you should actually be more of a blessing to. I mean, in terms of, helping with impacts, recommending books, recommending stuffs, materials that will help them become the best version of themselves, and you have to be very, very mindful. You have to be very, very, see, you have to be sensitive spiritually, physically, and in every area of your life, and protect your heart, protect your mind, protect yourself, like your life depends on it. I'm telling you. So, like I said, reviewing is also very important. You need to check, what am I doing? And I was talking to my cousin recently, and I said, there are some people who don't even take account of their year. They don't take stock, of their year. The year is coming to an end. What have you done differently? What have you achieved? What are you doing? Are you supposed whatever it is that you're doing, is it working out? Do you need to improve? Do you need to add one or two or three things to it? Do you need to or intensify, or do you need to channel that same course, or do you even need to change course entirely? So you need to constantly ask yourself. You need to sit down and reflect on what you have done and ask yourself, is it working out? If it's not working out, then what should you be doing if this is not working out? And I hope that with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you, that you can actually be more productive, and live a life you've always wanted. I think I'm gonna still talk about this same topic again next week. So I shared eight productivity hacks, 8 things that will help you become more productive, 8 productivity rules of the top 1%. So, and I am also going to be recommending some of the books I've been reading in recent times to you guys next week. So thank you all so much once again. Do not forget to like this video, and if you want to join my Patreon community, you want to ask me questions, we can discuss all things grants, we can discuss money, business, and everything in between. Or you want to start a business, you don't know where to start from, or you want to win grants, you want to apply for grants, you don't know how to go about it, go ahead and join my Patreon community. Yes, you can find the link in the description. I'll try to put it in the chat as well. So go ahead and join my Patreon community, and you can book a one-on-one consultation with me, and we can discuss all things business, money, grants, and education, travel, scholarship, and all things in between. Thank you all so much once again for joining me, your girl, on today's episode. Till I see you guys in my video next week, take care of yourselves and keep winning and keep smiling. All right, guys. Take care and bye for now. I'm trying to see. Okay.